Brought to you by our sponsors, Richmond Inc., Chesapeake's Bounty, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, McNellis Group Properties, the Southern Maryland Food Truck Festival, R.E. Graves Heating and Air Conditioning, and G&H Jewelers. Live from the JB Weather Center, this is a Weather Alert Update. And good evening, everyone. I am Forecaster John Bordash, back with you here in the Storm Center this evening. I've been tracking this southern part of the line of storms for the better part of an hour now, and we do now have a brand new tornado warning in effect for parts of the northern neck here, shaded in that pink polygon. This is to the south of Tappahannock, but I do think this is something that much of the northern neck will need to watch, and we are watching more than just that. We have three distinct areas of rotation that I'm watching along this line that could be trying to develop some sort of twisting and turning of the winds as these storms cross the Potomac River into St. Mary's County over the next half hour. Let me walk you through this. The southernmost cell, well, I guess it's easier for me first to draw where these cells are. Our first cell is right up here, second cell right down here, third cell right down this way. These storms are all here tracking to the north and east. Let me go ahead and clear that off and show you exactly what it is I'm looking at on William Richmond Inc. radar and why I'm at least I'm watching that potential for a little bit of rotation entering into our region. This first northernmost cell that is just to the north of Colonial Beach, this will be crossing the Potomac into the area just south of Newburgh, just north of Cobb Island. We're taking a look at velocity mode, where we get these red and green couplets that indicates where winds are going towards and away from the radar. That is indicative of a little bit of rotation, and we do see this here just to the north of Colonial Beach. It's not an overly strong signal, but as these storms cross the Potomac River, that is something to keep an eye on. Our second area of rotation, this could be headed into Westmoreland County over the next 15 minutes here, just south of Montrose into the Lyles, Kinsale, and Arica regions, eventually trying to cross the Potomac River here. It's for this couplet right here again, where we get those reds and the greens touching here. This is crossing into the northern neck as we speak, as well, moving to the north and east. And then this cell just south of Tappahannock, this is going to be moving on over towards Lancaster and eventually over towards the Heathsville area over probably the next half hour or so. This pink polygon is the only tornado warning right now, but honestly, I would not be surprised to see one or two more go up here along this line, and you can see all the lightning that this line is currently producing. This is a look at that line, and we have clear indications of inflow and outflow notches with this line as these storms continue to track to the north and east. This is definitely going to be an interesting situation to watch as these storms come up. If you are anywhere in St. Mary's County or Southern Calvert County, I would definitely keep an eye on this situation. No active warnings are in effect right now, but I am definitely keeping a close eye on this situation as we continue to monitor really what's going on. And as I was taking a look at velocity as well, it looks like we might have a secondary area of broad, weak rotation trying to come up here just to the north of Cobb Island, getting ready to cross on over into Chaptico as well. So we're going to be watching this. These storms are dangerous. These storms, in the very least, are producing heavy rain and plenty of lightning, and damaging winds as well. Let's time this out for you. So we got a couple questions. What time is this going to impact me? Again, over the next hour in St. Mary's County. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to do one large storm track here for this dangerous part of the line. These storms here are pushing 5936, so that would be like this, and this would be a general idea of timing for your area with this southern line of storms, potentially getting into the Mechanicsville area here in the next 15 minutes, on over towards Leonardtown in about the next 15 minutes, Lexington Park in about the next half hour or so, getting over towards potentially Lisby and the Chesapeake Ranch Estates here in about the next 45 minutes. So we will continue to watch this. You only have one tornado warning in effect right now, and that is for the southernmost storm that's tracking just to the south here, Tappahannock. And let me go ahead to kind of switch gears here. We have a couple different windows open. I want to close that out. I want some days it feels like I just don't have enough desktop space. Yeah, so this is just kind of giving us a more in-tune look. Let's take a look at our rotation potential here. And we do have some signs of maybe a little bit of rotation within this line. Taking a look back over to that velocity, it's really like this couplet right here moving just to the south of Champlain, north of Tappahannock. This is something I'm watching closely, and I think this might be a little bit of an old radar image here, but it does still show that those areas of rotation do indeed exist within this line, and it's going to be something we are watching closely. In the very least, over the next 15 to 30 minutes, if you are in on the northern neck, we're talking, give me 1 second here, because I don't know these counties as well on the eastern or on the northern neck. So we're talking Northumberland, Westmoreland, Richmond County, Lancaster County. All of these counties here, do stay aware on over towards Montrose, Lyles, Heathsville. This is an area I am watching closely. This line of storms, even if we don't have tornado warnings go up with it, we have one right now, but even if we don't see initial ones come up, I am watching this line very closely. In the very least, we're talking heavy rain, plenty of lightning. If you're over towards Newburgh, if you're over towards Chaptico, you're seeing the heavy rain move in right now, and this will be moving into our region here over the next half hour. So please stay weather aware, keep it tuned here to GB Weather for the latest information. I will stay here with you though for a little bit longer, just trying to give you an idea of what we're talking about. Yeah, the National Weather Service is showing Lancaster, Virginia as an area to be watching in the path potentially of this tornado. We here on the eastern shore. And I do want to reiterate, we only have one tornado warning in effect, but just kind of slicing through radar, we have a couple of additional areas of rotation here that I am watching very closely, and I think the next one I'm really going to be watching is this one here, moving into northern portions of Richmond County, getting potentially north of Lyles, north of Montrose. It's this couplet right in here. This is what we call a rotation couplet. This shows where we have those bright greens and those bright reds I talk about potentially trying to really kind of roll up next to each other, and we'll see how these storms are able to really kind of work together. And yeah, we definitely do see a decent amount of rotation potentially trying to show up within this line. Let's take you back over here. We do now have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning for southern Maryland. Where in southern Maryland? Here we go. Okay, this is Westmoreland County. And yeah, the National Weather Service is indicating a tornado is possible within this line. So this does include parts of Richmond County, parts of Westmoreland County here. This goes until 8 o'clock. This storm here does have the potential to drop a tornado as well. Let me go ahead and get this text box over here where you can see it. It's this orange polygon here. This is a cell. Again, we've been talking about for a long time. For at least the last hour to potentially produce a tornado, at the very least some damaging winds and gusty rain. Let me go ahead and get this on over towards Facebook and Twitter, get those posts updated so those not watching are able to at least see what it is I'm tracking and the latest warnings that are coming out. Severe thunderstorm warning for Westmoreland County until 8 p.m. Let's see. This storm is moving north, east, and has heavy rain, gusty winds, plenty of lightning, and some early signs of rotation. Move indoors now. For Westmoreland and Richmond County. Move indoor. I need to be able to spell that right. Sorry that you will have to work with me through this. That's kind of the thing here, being a one-man show. Oh, let's get this put up over to Twitter, then we'll kind of get back into this, kind of really track what it is we're watching. Every minute here counts as we track these storms moving along the northern neck. Let's get that tweeted. Finally, that's good. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's first get the latest storm track here. This is what the National Weather Service is looking at in terms of a potential timeline with this. These are look at potential city impact times. Nothing showing up here for the Westmoreland County area, but potentially Piney Point, St. Mary City, Dameron, Scotland, really all over the next half hour. This will be something that we're going to be watching. We still have that tornado warning down to the south. Let's come back over here, take a look at base velocity, and yeah, you can still see that clear sign of rotation here. I'm actually a little bit surprised that we don't have a tornado warning on this, but we're going to be on guard, see if one does get issued, and this is definitely something I will be watching. Let's get the warning text brought up with that. So yeah, again, a severe thunderstorm warning for Northumberland, Richmond, and Westmoreland counties until 8 o'clock in that orange polygon. What I will do is kind of loop this for you, let you see the general motion of these storms as they continue to move north and east. And again, no warnings are in effect for southern Maryland at this time, and you can see as this loops through. Let me go ahead and get that severe thunderstorm warning brought up here for you. So again, until 8 o'clock at 7:21, a severe thunderstorm was located near Newland or near Montrose, moving east at 30 miles per hour. The main hazards here: 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. This is a radar. These are radar-indicated threats. Minor damage to vehicles will be possible. The severe thunderstorm will be near Coles Point and Kinsale around 7:45. And we are noting that a tornado is possible with this. I see a lot of people, it's southern Maryland in the path. I can't really see on this map. I don't really know how you can't. It's right up here, southern Maryland. California, you're seeing heavy rain moving. This will likely stay south of you, these two cells, but this could potentially impact parts of southern St. Mary's County, where the south of Lexington Park. And that's what I'm going to be watching, but a lot of us are seeing heavy rain move in right now. It looks like the northernmost cell with this, the one that's moving through the Colonial Beach area, getting near Cobb Island, right up in here, and I want to get that composite turned off. Let's get base velocity. Yeah, now we're looking at that rotation really to have lessened. Maybe some early signs of rotation here near Chaptico. But the main story really looks to continue to be down here. One area south of Montrose, another south of Tappahannock. It looks like this cell might actually be tracking a little bit more east than northeast, which would be good for southern Maryland, but right now that's the weakening cell, where the strengthening cell is right here, where we see these greens and reds touching south of Montrose, getting near the Lyles area, and eventually getting near the Piney Point, Dameron, and Scotland regions here over the next 30 minutes or so, and we do see this cell trying to strengthen up just a little bit. Let me bring it back to a different version of radar. Let's get you over here towards this. Yeah, you can see we have heavy rain. It's really kind of crossed now. Let me get our city names back on. Let's turn off those county names. You can really see heavy rain is really moving into the Hughesville, Charlotte Hall, Mechanicsville area, all through Newburgh and down towards Cobb Island, getting ready to move in again to Chaptico Avenue, Leonardtown, Hollywood, eventually getting into much of Calvert County. You're going to see this move in, and then it's these two areas here down to the south that have the potential to maybe try to produce a tornado. I'm not seeing really any credible signs of hail. We'll see if we're getting any if we're registering any type of debris in the air, and nothing that would overly concern me at this time. Once we get this far away from the radar, we have a hard time kind of picking up stuff. But yeah, I mean, we can see these areas of rotation here, and I'm watching this up towards Chaptico as well, where we get these greens and those reds touching. Yeah, and this is really, I think, what we're going to be tracking here over the next little bit as these storms continue to move eastward. Behind this, I think we're mainly just looking at the heavy rain threat. I think this is pretty much where we're looking at that potential for severe weather. Let me bring it back over to this version of radar. Just checking our channels here to make sure we have no new warnings coming in. I'm not seeing any at the moment. So right now, these two warnings continue to be the only ones we're really watching at this point. But if I put a storm track, I really just want to focus here on this northern cell. Let's kind of highlight all of it. We're moving northeast Let's see, we're talking, well, that would be like that. Not sure that's necessarily right, but I mean, generally, we would be talking these potential locations here in St. Mary's County over the next 30 to 45 minutes, maybe even up to an hour for some of you, just to be on guard. And these areas are not under a tornado warning by any stretch of the imagination. The only tornado warning remains well down to the south here, down south of Tappahannock, but we've been noting that we have a decent amount of rotation continuing to show up here north of Lyles, and maybe we're getting some weakening of it right now, but these are really easily to pulsate up, pulsate down, and redevelop that rotation, and these storms have a way of regaining that rotation as they move across the Potomac River, and that's what this storm will look to do on its current path. So I don't see the storm dying out at all, but this will be something we're watching. So those in Westmoreland County, down through much of the northern neck, do stay weather aware as we continue to track these storms, and we will continue to watch how this kind of unfolds here for us. So stay tuned to JB Weather for the latest. You can always get updates over on Facebook and on Twitter as well. But as we've been talking about with this, with the forecast here for tonight going into tomorrow, we're going to be looking at rain continuing to move through. It may not be a consistent, steady rain, but we will be looking at pockets of rain moving through the region. You might get some breaks here or there, but the general theme is going to be rain moving into the region. I think today's the only day we're talking about severe weather. I think that tomorrow is just going to be a chilly rain. Sunday, we're looking at chilly showers. Clearing up by Monday, returning to average with our temperatures. But at the present moment, this is what we're talking about. Some of us did get at least a little bit warm up into those 70s today. So we will, that's kind of allowed for this setup to kind of allow for the development of severe thunderstorms, and where we have our front currently sitting across the region. And I'm not sure if our program here is going to be friendly to me to allow me to show. Yeah, so where you see these lines, and I want to turn this off quick, where you see these blue and red lines, a stationary front right here, we've been talking about this front. It's been I've been watching this front all day. It's really divided between who stayed cool and who's been warmed down towards Richmond. They got up to the 90s. Baltimore, cracking into the 60s, but hard pressed to do so. And really, right up along this front, right along this frontal boundary, is where we've been seeing a little bit of rotation kind of kicking in, especially with those bay winds kind of coming in. So we've been seeing that meander around. Right now, our weather program is kind of indicating it's to the south of us, but we can see that we have some activity creeping north, so that's my concern. And this storm moving into Lancaster, I mean, plenty of lightning right now on the northern neck, and this cell up here towards Westmoreland County, not as electrified, which is good news, but still, I mean, we're still talking about this area of rotation here that we're watching, and I want to know if we have any current special marine warnings out, and we do. I want to see if we're highlighting the potential of a water spout, because, yeah, we are. So that would be, yeah, from Cobb Island over to Smith Point, and then we're talking Indian Head to Cobb Island. Yeah, so this area right down to the south, right off the coast of Piney Point here, we're talking about, we're going to be on watch for a little bit of some rotation to see if a water spout can kind of move its way together. When's the severe weather going to give? Brandy, I would say, the severe threat, after this line moves through, so by about 9 o'clock, we should be all good to go. Kat is saying Lesbie's getting some small raindrops now. Yeah, rain's beginning moving over to your region. Kat saying I'm on the bay, I'm on the bay, on the beach, and it's white-capped and raining. Gotcha. It took me a while to work through that. But yeah, so we are watching this last line, really. This would be the last line that would potentially try to produce severe weather, any type of tornadic activity. This is going to be that line. Behind it, I think we're really just talking about heavy rain throughout the night tonight. I'm interested to see how much rain we're currently registering across the area. So we're just going to do the last 12 hours here. Let that kind of come together. But you can see where our severe thunderstorm warnings are, those orange polygons and those pink polygons. And you can see where we've seen storms throughout the day today where we get these brighter colors. We've already seen upwards of 1.5 inches of rain. Some of you not seeing much at all. We're up towards Indian Head where you saw that storm come through. You got a quick inch. Over towards Newburgh so far, you're approaching an inch. Southern St. Mary's County approaching an inch. It's really been where you've seen the storms today, where you've seen the heavy rain. This will become a little bit more uniform in going forward with who sees what amount of rain. But we will continue to monitor the situation that we have going on at hand. We note that this northern storm now is trying to produce a little bit more in the way of lightning as this begins to move north of Kinsale, north of Erica as the storm continues here to move north and east. We're going to be watching this. We're going to be on guard in Scotland and Piney Point, Dameron, Park Hall, on over towards Ridge Point, Lookout, St. Mary's City. All of these areas we're going to be on watch as this storm looks to move north and east across the Potomac River. Stacey wants to know if St. Mary's will get any of this, and you might. We'll see. Right now, the severe weather's not in St. Mary's County just yet, but you have heavy rain moving into northern St. Mary's, and this potential maybe for this storm that's trying to produce a tornado moving into the southern part of the county. Let's see. Christine's saying a lot of rain right now in Middle East Neck. Yeah, and we've really noted rain really kind of engulfing the area. Some of the heaviest rain right now really falling across Chesapeake Beach, Huntingtown, over here towards Hughesville and Benedict, Golden Beach, down towards Chaptico and Avenue in Bushwood. So that right now is the local focal point for heaviest rain. None of that is severe warned at the moment, though. What we're really watching are these two cells down here, moving into Westmoreland County, moving into the Lancaster area down in Virginia, as these storms continue to track here to the north and east, and we will watch as these storms continue to try to move through. If we can put, let's get the composite back up here, get a loop of the radar, really kind of shows you how these storms have been moving over the last hour. You can see gradually moving east. That's why our main concern right now is really going to be south of Lexington Park with this northernmost storm here. So really, I would say the typical areas here are the tip of St. Mary's, where you can get a quick little twisting and turning of the winds. We're talking Park Hall, Callaway, Valley Lee, Dameron, in Scotland. And Chris is saying that a little bit of lightning in Lisby with some moderate rain. How would the drive be from Owings to Fort Washington, Stephanie? It would be rain-filled. So do stay weather aware. We're going to hop off of here. We're going to see if we get any new warnings that pop up. If we do, I will be back with you here live to continue to keep you updated. So we'll see if we talk again soon. If not, it's been fun. But I'm Forecaster John Bordash. Stay tuned to JV Weather, Facebook and Twitter for the latest updates. Any new warnings for Southern Maryland, I'll go live with you to